We have one more announcement, or one more. I want to continue kind of the talk. I felt that when we were doing the thank yous earlier today, that we shortcut Molly's thank you. Did you feel that? Did you guys feel that? Did you guys feel that?
Absolutely.
Yep. So, and I said I didn't want to give Molly a big thank you because we would all get teary. But Molly, I can't thank you enough for not just for everything you do, but for who you are as a person. Working with you every day is a blessing. I know you can't say the same thing in reverse. Nothing that we've accomplished over the last 4 years could have been accomplished without you. And I don't know if people realize from the formulation of our strategy, I was just telling Billy the story of how when I was here back in 2014 and I met with so many of our practitioners here in Bangalore, and they were self-identifying as, I'm Sriram and I'm, a commerce practitioner and I'm so-and-so and I'm in our CBD practice. And I'm sitting there and they're using names of practices that Molly was in my office when we were kind of whiteboarding what we were going to call these things. We hadn't even defined what we were going to be doing. And 6 months later, here we are in Bangalore, and there's people who feel a sense of belonging to this vision that we had crafted, and that vision could not have been crafted without you. And then we progressed, we started growing, and when we first started, people don't realize how much of a startup our business was. We had no management system, literally none. Like, we had no way of understanding what our pipeline was, what our signings were, what our revenue was. We had no way of tracking it because we were something completely new in the organization. And the person who figured out how we're going to do that all is Molly. And we created this incredible system that has been kind of, I'm glad Tom's not here, because we basically created a shadow financial system for the business that we actually know.
That's the best.
He's literally our first full-time CFO.
Yeah, so we've been running this business kind of grassroots and on the side, but we know more about the ins and outs of the business because of Molly and the insights that we generate on the business and our performance and actions we need to take because of you and your brilliance and your leadership. Along the way, we created a little shadow organization that's going to help us manage the business, and this is a team of CBDers. And Molly started handpicking CBDers from the North America team that would rotate onto our management team. And she brought them on board, she filtered who the top talent would be, she's trained them to be world-class professionals, so much so that when we would ask them questions about, what would you do if you were faced with the situation that I have right now? I have this one geography where this, and they would sit there and say, well, this is how I would approach it. These are band sixes, 1 year out of school that now have, a business acumen, I would say equivalent to a first-year partner. And that's because of your leadership and your leadership training. And when we rotated them off of our team and put them back in the market, they've become the most high-performing, fastest promoted consultants we have in the business. So much so that North America now is asking us to rotate more people into this program so they can go through this sort of shadow leadership development program that Molly herself has created. You fast forward from that start in our humble beginnings to when we said we're going to do M&A, and the person that worked side by side with me in figuring out which companies are right, which ones are a fit. And you have to understand that in GBS we hadn't done any acquisitions. These were big decisions. There's elements of this that are just highly analytical, where you can look on paper, does this make financial sense, does it not make financial sense? But at some point, there's a gut that you have to trust, and the person that I would bounce those questions off of and get my strategic guidance on is you. And everything that we did, you were such an integral part of. We couldn't have done it without you. And then the integration of all those teams. And then everyone on the team who complains about me won't do it to my face, they do it to you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And you play this buffering role where I say, who said that? Like, people are starting to get concerned, and she frames it so personally, so perfectly, and she protects the innocent. And just gives me enough information, just enough information so that I can make make the right decision on behavior changes and things like that. So, you know, I look to where we are now, and we've talked about all the challenges and all the great opportunity we have in 2019. Thank you just doesn't feel like enough. So I'd like to congratulate you as the newest executive in GBS. The newest DSNIX executive, promoted 2 hours ago. The one thing that Molly had no part in.
We did it.
Her own promotion process, so she's being caught totally by surprise here. So congratulations to you, our newest bandy executive in DSNIX, Molly Benucci.
I had no idea.
The newest bandy.
I know this one has something to do with it too. No, as Paul said earlier when he asked me to come work with him for 3 to 6 months, and I think about who some of his peers were at the time, and if I had worked for them for 3 to 6 months, and it would have been 3 to 6 months, and I would have gone immediately back into the business. But what I've learned in this role and the new skills I've built, I didn't know what signings and revenue and all these things were when I was figuring out how to build our management system, and I'm so shocked. And I can't imagine a greater group to be with to celebrate. So thank you all. Thank you.